Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Heather and my business name is Be Beautiful, and this is my first video talking about my small business. I just want to share an example of my first sale, which is I think is very important because I did a lot of researching on my YouTube channels, on different YouTube channels, to get some insight on my first sale and how to print my labels and different things like that. But I found out a quicker way and an easier way. Stay tuned. So I will be printing from Mercari's platform. I sell on platforms as Poshmark and Mercari for my small business because it just works for me. So I decided to research before I did my printing and different things like that. I decided to go on YouTube to find the best way to print out the labels for Mercari. And print out labels from Mercari and Poshmark is totally different. So Mercari does not have any set pattern, any format. So it seems like you have to come up with your own format and how to print out Mercari's label. So I went on YouTube, as I mentioned, and I was researching the best way to print it out because it was in a rush. I made my first sale. I was excited, of course, and I decided to research on YouTube for the best way I can print out my first label. So I also email the buyer and say thank you so much for your purchase, and I will be shipping out the package within 1 day, because of course you want to get a good star, you want to get a good rating. That's what the small business is about. Once they give you 5 stars and different things like that, you get more buyers coming to your page and looking at your items when you get a great sale, when you get so I decided to research YouTube, as I mentioned, and I did try one idea that I got from a YouTube subscriber. And when I tried it, it didn't work for me. I was frantic. I was nervous. I was like, what am I going to do? Because when I got to the post office to ship my item, the label would not print. When they put the barcode, try to scan the barcode, it was too thick. It was too dark. So it couldn't print. I could not ship it. Mind you, also Mercari has the QVR scanner part of it that you can scan your labels, and I think that's the name of it. I'm gonna get the name of it when I do pull it up. That you can scan it when you go to the post office and then it prints out while you're in the post office. But I bought my Mobi printer, and this is another printer I decided to research on YouTube, right? I decided to buy it because the rating was very high. It's very compact. It's very small. You can print any size label that you want. The labels I will be printing is the 4x6 labels for the shipping label. So it was very compact, So I just decided to, hey, let me use this label maker. So at first I was thinking, oh my God, is my label maker a good, reliable source? Probably I made a mistake in how I decided or choosing the label printer, because when it came out, I'm going to show you it also too. It came out very dark. The barcode came out very dark, which was not scannable. So I came back home. Thank God I only live 2 blocks away from the post office. So I came back home and tried to figure it out myself on I need to print out this label. So I played with the computer. I'm a little computer savvy, so I tried the best way possible, as I know how, to print out my label. And actually I found out a pretty easy way to print out a label. And I was like, oh my God, I was so amazed after I printed out, after I figured it out. It printed out perfect. I went back to the post office before it closed because, as I mentioned to the buyer, I'm going to send it to you in one day. So I printed out. I ran back to the post office. I thanked the guy that was there that helped me before. I said, thank you so much, because without you, I wouldn't even know my my label didn't work. And keep in mind, guys, also too, the post office has a drop-off box or the window. You can just pull it up, put a package in, and just leave it there once you have a label on it. And that's exactly what I did at first. I went in there. The line was long. I went while I'm working. I'm a psychotherapist in the daytime, and I was working, seeing my clients and my patients and stuff. And I decided to just, I had a cancellation, and I decided just to run to the post office. So I had a lot of time strain. I could not spend a lot of time in the post office. So when I went into the post office, there was a long line in the post office. So my first thought, the staff came up to me, told me I can just drop the package off since I have my own label, print it out. First label, great. I did it. I dropped it off. I raised up the glass. I put my package in. There was other packages there, and I just left it. And I just walked out of the post office. And I was walking very slowly, thinking to myself, I'm like, this is my first sale. This is my first label. I really want to make sure that this package goes through. So my instinct just kicked in. I ran back into the post office. I lifted up the glass. Everyone was looking at me like I'm kind of a little crazy. I lifted up the glass and I took my package out, and I actually stand up in line. And thank God I did, because that's when I found out that the label doesn't work. The label doesn't scan. So imagine if I had let my package, just dropped it off for my first sale, not knowing anything, and it didn't scan. It would have taken a while for it to return back to my home. I know I'm 2 blocks away, but the way sometimes the post office works, sometimes, you don't know what time schedule they're on. So I had to wait until the package came back to my home and then try to figure it out, like what I did, to go back to the post office. And we're talking about, I got the sale on Thursday, right? I shipped it out. I needed to ship it out by Friday. You guys said one day. We have the weekend. So definitely, instead of that one day, it would have turned into 3-4 days before I shipped this package out. So I'm so happy that I did go back to the post office, and I decided to, you know what, let me just make sure this goes through, So I guess, because it's a trial and error when you're starting your new business. And yeah, YouTube is and I love YouTube for researching small businesses and the best way to do different things. But sometimes also too, you need to figure it out yourself. You need to figure out the fastest, easiest way that you want to work for yourself, and that works for you, because this small business is time is of essence. And I do have a daytime job. And right now is nighttime. Is about what time? It's about 9-10 o'clock at night, and I'm doing this video. So yes, this is what happens when you do have a part-time job also too, So I just want to show you guys the printer. As I mentioned, I did show you guys the printer that I bought. Is so cute. Isn't this adorable? It's the printer that I bought. Is so cute. Isn't this adorable? And I'm going to show you how I print it out. I'm going to print out the label for you guys right now. Okay? So stay tuned. Continue staying tuned. So right now I'm going to show you how to load the printer that I bought. The Mobi printer. This is it right here. It's the cutest thing ever. As you can see, the red light is on. I will be showing you in a separate video exactly how I install it. It's very easy. When you buy the printer, the instruction comes in the package, and you just have to follow it as exactly as the instruction says, and it's very easy to get it um, downloaded in your computer so you can print your labels. So as you can see, there's a red light which indicating that I need to load my printer with my labels. And these are my labels right here, my 4x6 labels. I bought both on Amazon. So you open it up in the green bottom. As you open it up, you see these two black measurements right here. It goes small and it goes large. It goes to the width of your label. So I put in my label. I have to open it up a little bit more. All right. I put in my label. All right. So I'm going to put in my label to over the roller that's in here to the tip of the printer. All right. I'm just going to make sure it's correct. And then I'm going to close it. When I close it, the label is automatically going to size your label, whichever label, whatever size label you put in the printer, it's automatically size your label. I love the printer label because it doesn't use ink. Love it for that. You don't have to worry about rebuying ink, being out of ink to print your labels versus regular printer that you can print on your desktop. Also, too, you only have to worry about buying labels, and that's it. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the computer and I'm going to print out the label. Okay, I'm not going to show you guys because of confidentiality and the name of the buyer, but I just want to show you the difference between the label I printed out from the instruction I got from YouTube versus when I print it out and it looks perfect. Okay, so stay with me. So guys, today I'm not going to show you in detail Mercari's website and when you pull up the label in Mercari and then you print it out in detail. I tried going onto the website right now, and I'm looking at my item right now, and since it's been shipped already, the customer got the item on time. It's not showing me the print and view. Click the button to press to pull up your label, right? So normally when you order, you get an order, you get a purchase, Mercari will send you the label, you click on the print and view link that's there. Once you print on that, when you press on that, it automatically brings you into Adobe. So once you pull up your label comes up in Adobe. So make sure you download Adobe on your computer. Because that's very important. That's what you need. So once automatically it comes up in Adobe, here's where it gets a little tricky, because in the YouTube video I saw that you cut and paste. You flip it, you edit it, make it portrait instead of landscape, because it's in landscape form, so you make it into portrait, and you cut and paste it, and you copy it onto Canva. So I don't know if you guys know about Canva. Canva is a wonderful app. Then you can do business cards, you can do thank you notes. It do so many things on Canva. You can pay for it, you can get it for free. Right now I'm having it for free. Once my business increases, I probably will be paying for it. I have Canva Pro, which is like 12 and change. You pay for it per month. I think that was pretty pricey for now. So later on, I probably will purchase it, right? I'm just growing my business, as I mentioned before, right? So also, I want you guys to keep in mind that when you decide to use Mercari's label, print and label, you got their protection also. In case your packages is lost, is stolen, you have their protection on there also too, which is wonderful. I love that idea. If you decide to ship the package on your own, you're on your own. So if the package is lost, is stolen, you got to figure that out, which is, so definitely you get Mercari's protection when you do use their labels. And also when I list my item at the beginning, before, when I'm listing my item right there, I'm going to be putting either the buyer or myself will pay for shipping. So right away, when the potential buyer sees my item and they like my item and they want to purchase my order, they know that they will be paying for shipping or they will not be paying for shipping. Under £1, I do not have them pay for shipping. That's just my choice. It may be different for you. Over £1, I will have them pay for shipping. Also, you can go on the USPS website that you can print out, that you can get free boxes mailed to you. Wonderful boxes. I love it. So you have to worry about that. Priority mail, I love it. First class, I love it. You get everything that you need on the USPS app website. You're gonna get it, and everything is for free. The shipping is for free, which is wonderful. So the item I shipped was a shoe. So I got the USPS box. And you know what? I'm going to show you that box. Okay, USPS shoe box. I have some writing on it. This is my template box, because when you do list on Mercari, you have to list the measurements of the box in Mercari. So this is like my template. So USPS has a lot of boxes. They have poly envelopes in there. You can ship out anything that you like to ship. So when I put in my listing, that's where I put in my items and my measurements and who is going to pay for what. So guys, I just wanted to let you guys know also too that the buyer purchased the item on a Thursday. I accepted as soon as I saw it, my email. So that's another thing, guys. You need to be looking out on your email like every day to make sure that when a buyer select your item, you're ready to counter offer them or give them a good price, a discount. So Thursday, so I did the offer. I sent it to the buyer. They accepted. By Friday, I was shipping out the item, and by Monday, the item was received by the buyer, which was wonderful. The buyer lives in California, which was awesome. So I think that was pretty fast and pretty decent in my USPS box, right? So that's why you have to have all the items and all your machines, your label maker, your scale, everything in order. Because once you put everything structured, and once you put everything the way it needs to be, everything's going to flow very fast and very easy, right? So so once the buyer gets the item, you have to wait 3 days until the buyer sends you a rating. That's also kind of a little nervous next to the label making. So I had to wait 3 days for the buyer to leave a comment. I also, when I was in communication with the buyer all the time. Mercari is wonderful. Mercari tells you step by step exactly what to do. And this was the first time I made that sale, right? So Mercari is saying, okay, you got a sale, kind of offer, do what you need to do. Okay, the item is accepted. The next step is to ship it out. You have 3 days to ship it out. Make sure that Mercari is telling you all this thing. Make sure you comment to the buyer that you received the item and different things like that. I did that and thanked them for the order. Once the order was shipped, I left another comment and mentioned that your order is shipped and you should be receiving it shortly. In the meantime, when the order is shipped, the buyer now can track it. they can track it and see, okay, the order is shipped. Now they're tracking it, I'm tracking it, they're tracking it to see when it arrives. So by Friday it was shipped. By, as I mentioned, by Monday they received it, which was really pretty good, you know? So they have to inspect the item, make sure it's exactly what I listed. You know, everything that's listed on the item, make sure everything is in detail, everything is clean, to accept the item. And they have 3 days to do this. But even though I did all of that and I was very diligent in what I did, and very receptive, right? I didn't get a comment or a response from the buyer. So sometimes that's going to happen. The buyer didn't leave any comment on me. The buyer didn't leave any rating for me saying, oh, the item is exactly what I expected or anything like that. So it got me a little kind of anxious, a little bit, a little nervous. But a good thing about Mercari, again, which I love, is once the buyer does not, if the buyer does not reply within 3 days, Mercari will leave a 5-star for you. So I have a 5-star under my name, Be Beautiful. I have a 5-star rating on my item. So they will rate it if the buyer doesn't rate it within 3 days. After 3 days, Mercari is gonna rate it for you, and Mercari guides you step by step in exactly what's being done. So it's like holding your hand, literally, it's like holding your hands. So I love it. As I know, first time small business owner and different things like that. That is wonderful to have that that assistant to help you. So my printer is all set to print, and now I'm going to print out the labels from Canva. All right. So you go up to the share button on your right hand corner, upper right hand corner, you press share. You scroll down to download, and then you download it. It comes up, pop-up will come up on your left hand corner, and there you have the label. And this is a 4x6 label that matches the label in the printer. So I have to black out my address, the buyer's address for confidentiality, and that's it. So now it's time to print. I print. I set up my printer to print, and it's already programmed. My printer is already selected by my Mobi printer. So I select that. Let me see, landscape. Let's see, portrait. I'm going to use printing it out portrait, and we're going to print. And it's going to go to my Adobe and print out. All right? Isn't that wonderful? And there you have it, guys. And there you have the printout. Very easy, very, very smooth. And as you can see, and as you can hear, the printer was very, very quiet, right? But anyways, this is what I wanted to show you guys. The label. Take a close look. I just wanted to make sure you see this. A close look at the barcode. You see, there's a choppy black mark over here, dark marks over here, and all of this. If you see the barcode, if you observe the barcode before printing, this dark mark right here has little fine lines in it. All of these dark marks, and this is what makes the label unscannable. It cannot be scanned. So I had to return this label. Not even return. I had to return home and reprint my label and figure out how could I get these barcodes to print out the way I wanted to print out. Okay, and that's what I'm going to show you next. So right now, guys, I'm going to go onto my Mercari app. As you can see, I am not going to press the link on my Mercari app with my email because of confidentiality reasons, but I am going to show you the email. It says you made a sale. You can see my flat shoes at the bottom, the new Zara Basic. You made a sale, and on top in the mail page, you're going to see delivered. New Zara Basic was delivered. It so happens that when I did go onto clicked on the sale, it does not show up. It doesn't give me my packing slip because the order is completed. So it's not allowing me to go back on for me to show you in detail how to print the label. But what I'm going to tell you is it's very easy, it's very simple. So instead of copy and pasting onto Canva, when it comes up in Adobe, you stay on Adobe. Okay, as soon as you download the app from Mercari, it comes up, as I mentioned, in Adobe. Once it's in Adobe, you edit. You edit, it's on landscape, you put it on portrait, and that's it. That's actually all you need to do to flip it, right? From the Adobe page, you're going to press print. And when you press print, automatically the printer that you have, the name of your printer is going to show up in the box to print. And also you're going to see view. View is the crucial part of this whole thing, because if you do not change the view, I tried not changing the view and keeping it at 100%. My label printed half the page. It was so huge that only piece of the barcode came on that page. Nothing else was on my label. It was so huge. It was at 100%. Now, I just want to clarify that when you press view at 100%, that does not mean it changes the label in itself, the size of the label. The size of the label is still 4 by 6. But the view, when you print it as view, it prints out huge. So you got to change the view to, I figured is between 86, 79 to 80. Sorry, 79 to 80. So you can change the view to 79, 80, or even 78. Okay, so once you change the view to a lower viewpoint and you print the label will print out in a 4 by 6 size. All right, and also the barcode doesn't come out like this, as you can see. All right, the barcode is all black. This is not what you want. This is a no. When I copy and paste it in Canva, this is what I got. Right? All this has to be spaced. Right? And that's what I learned from the post office. All these black spots has to have lines in between them. Shouldn't be blacked out like this. Right? So when you just print it from the Adobe, all of these spaces start separating. Right? Then you go take it to the post office and then you can scan it. Very easy. And it went right through. I even went back and thanked the guy behind the booth who helped me, because that was a huge help. And a lot of people do not have videos on how to print really quality labels on Mercari. Poshmark is a different thing. Poshmark is very easy, very simple, but Adobe is a little more technical, and you gotta see what works for you. Okay, when I do make a sale again and on Mercari, I am going to videotape it and I am going to show you step by step what I'm talking about. I'm not going to show you Canva because you see the label on Canva already, but I am going to show you when I upload it in Adobe and I print it to my printer, and how I'm going to keep this to show you the difference between the barcodes. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like my video, and please join me again for my next video. Okay, any comments you have, please leave it below. This is a learning tool for all of us. We're all learning together. And any tips you guys have or what works for you, please share. Thank you, and I'll see you again. Thank you for watching my video. Bye.